Thomas. Our first test on probably one of the most compact and fast fishing machines that we've probably put together for a long time. We've just done a first run in it. Everything's going perfectly, so we'll give her another run down here and see what we can get out of it and just check our propping and our RPM.
Water dump over the back. Oh, good.
37.4. Tell us what you think.
Oh, it felt real good, actually.
Yeah. Any comments? Yeah, they were on what we just did.
Would be nice to run a little bit more engine height. Just it's a bit tight in here to really let our legs go. But yeah, excellent, absolutely excellent, very stable. Very little driver input, which I'm very impressed with. There was no chime walk, although we'll try and bring it up to that level, but I didn't really get to that on that run. But we'll try and bring a little bit more engine height into it and see how we go. But yeah, so far, yeah, superb. Very, very nice boat to drive. Well, Thomas, that was absolutely brilliant. It does everything right. It drives beautifully. The stability of the boat was absolutely sensational. To be honest with you, it's better than I expected. So you can't wish for more than that. The trimming of the engine, its response. Come down, I'll show you the prop. As you can see, we went straight to a 21 to see whether it'd swing that, and it's pulling 6,000 RPM with a 21. So we're in a really good place with how this boat's performing. If you come over here and have a look here at the jacking plate, we're taking off with the jacking plate at 50%, and then we're going up from there. And it's a new motor, so we didn't want to give it too much berries, but I think she's got a lot more in it than 6,000 RPM with a 21-inch prop. So we'll see how we go and watch this space.
Okay, so we're officially done. Change our brightness a bit. There we go. Alright, so let's finish up here at Regal doing all the fun parts of paperwork. Got this, even went into the shop and picked up some safety gear. I got Peter here with me, just putting the last couple of touches of the boat, and we're out of here going straight to GFAT. This has been going on for probably, I don't know, maybe 8 months or something, this whole process from the first phone call. But she's here, and now got about an hour's drive to go meet Chris, and we've got a big day ahead of manning sounders, sandals on the console, sandals on the front, mount, rod straps and trailer modifications, and yeah, it's just going to be a bit of a weapon. And I don't know, see we go for time, maybe take it for a quick burner too. So alright, so made the drive from Regal straight away, jumped back on the freeway, about an hour drive, and we're at the land of GFab. So now the boat's here, got all the shit. Where we got the Ghost, and we've got the sounders, visors, active target 2. Well, we've got a 16, 12. Yeah, the Ghost, all to fit on here, and this is the man. This is the man behind the madness. Yeah.
Madness, alright.
Yeah. What are your first thoughts?
I reckon you're going to have a bit of a weapon on your hands. It's going to be good.
Yeah.
Nah, we'll get it all kitted out, get it straight on the water. Alright, so we're going to fit trolling motor, G2 1600mm pole, live scope active target pole, and we're going to work out an area to fit the G-Rex onto the boat as well. Rough mark, centre.
Yeah, it looks
sure.
So just the guys watching on this boat, I've got this is a 47-inch shaft, the Lowrance Ghost. We're on it as a 24 volt system, 24 volts with 150 amp of juice, so should give me a fair bit. Really, probably I think this boat could get away with a 55 pound if you wanted to, but definitely worth using that bit bigger. But then for us, but also this, just by a touch of a button down here, I can actually change this to a 36 volt system. So if you got a 24, you've got it set at 24, and then you've got 24 volt batteries, but then later down the track you think you need more juice, all it takes is obviously getting the 36 volt battery, and then you just play with the system, the settings on there, so you don't have to get a whole new motor or anything like that. It's literally just a couple of settings and dial it in again. So I also like the colour palette on that too, that gunmetal and black. It looks pretty fucking tough against the black wrap. Looks mint. Just marking out the base. Measure twice, screw once.
That's it. Don't need too many empty holes. Should probably have safety glasses on.
So we've got this bolted in now. How big do we go? M6?
M6.
M6, yeah.
316.
316 stainless just there with washers, and then underneath, I hope you can see it. No, you're gonna see shit.
Big panel washers.
Yeah. Wait. I should have shown you before I thought I mounted it, but underneath we've got some, you can see them there. Whoops.
35mm panel washers.
Yeah. Washers. Yeah. They're on there, sweet. And that's solid too. Well, it's got zero play, but we'll see. Slide it back in there. Fucking soft. So that's fitted off. Now we're just got to do the dicky bits, lock that back off, the support and gas strut. Yeah.
I reckon that's going to be not too bad, roughly where it's all sitting. That motor's still got clearance.
Yeah. So the head, when it's collapsed, will come back here, just in from the gunnel.
Yep.
Just in from the gunnel.
Yeah.
2X pole. And we're gonna have it so shows how it folds. So that's roughly about pretty much where it's gonna be. So
Yeah.
So and that's all alley there.
Yeah.
So that's got strong enough support so it can be
Come
collapsed
down
down
to
there.
here. Yeah.
It's on the way. And then that obviously
You can
telescopes
loosen
out a
them,
bit.
yeah, and come out a little bit more. You
Yeah.
have to, but
Yeah, that's all it's needed, yeah.
I reckon you've got heaps of clearance.
Yeah. So I have the bracket on top of that and then the sounder, but I take the sounder off usually when I travel.
Yeah.
Shit. But yeah, between spots and shit. But that's strong enough to sit there
Yeah.
hooking along the lake, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This,
Sitting
the
down
centre,
there.
get the centre of this, and then
Yeah.
we'll roll him over, check the outside diameter on the side of the hull, and then go from there.
Yeah. Right, yeah. Well, that threaded rod obviously goes in there. That's the support.
Yeah.
Obviously, it needs to get cut down, but she'll fucking be about here somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried though. I might have to chuck something underneath.
Under the board, we can put a stainless badge or something.
Yeah.
Mine's only ever rested on timber too.
Unless I fucking put a
Support through there.
brace through fucking there to there. I don't know.
Don't be too stressed, man. It's pretty
You reckon?
solid. Like it's going to fold back on its own body. That's not going to take the complete load of it.
Yeah.
Don't
Alright,
be too stressed.
we'll make some marks and we'll get this prick screwed down.
Yeah.
Yeah, down. Someone do something. We're just not lining each other off. It's not like you haven't seen each other before. Just remembered I gotta do all that app shit.
Does this have a lock nut?
Yeah.
Lock nut goes on first, doesn't it? Yeah. So that goes up, the lock nut one's underneath and locks it.
Yeah, yeah.
Had a few plastic.
And then, what's
And
this
a-
one for? Top thread.
Sexy.
Yeah, but
We
that
could have
one
made
goes
it a
through.
bit longer.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's going to be better flush anyway, isn't it?
Probably, yeah.
Suda. Go, 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 go. Go up and then bring it back down. Get it spot on.
Oh, yeah. Just got a little bit. You gotta go. That's gonna
It's locked, so that needs.
At least the top's black, but fuck.
Sweet, bro.
You reckon?
A little bit more. Wind it out more. Keep going, because it will crush on that carpet a bit.
Yeah, better settle.
Yeah. Grab a shifter and just nip that up. Bob drunk.
Very nice.
Oh yeah.
The electric motor bolted.
Securing strap. Everything.
I like. Alright, sweet.
Alright. Foot pedal tray
Fuck
back
this
in
cunt.
and. Actually, let's leave that out.
G-Rex
We've got
bolts.
Rexy.
Yeah.
Fucking dog.
Alright.
Got the big Rexy, you know. But yeah, you gotta roughly maybe put in for a minute, get this in the bang on spot where you want it, and then we'll send her home.
Yeah, just
Well.
fucking try and visualize it. Set out.
I hate that cable, eh?
It's gonna fucking draw holes through there. Maybe, I don't know.
Yep.
So, yeah,
Right, and then that would
do
be
like that and then fucking.
get that right to the edge.
Does that twist at all?
Mhm.
Oh, so
You can
yeah,
put that
okay,
wherever
yeah,
you want it,
okay.
man.
Because I was gonna say, fuck, that's on the piss.
Yep. They have that there.
I'll probably go to you a little bit because you're overhanging. Yeah, there you go. There
Yeah.
you're just in.
Yeah. Straight, bruh. Happy there?
Hold it.
Yeah. Or do you want it all facing you? So
No,
loosen
well,
that.
I'll probably be most of this half anyway. I'll
Get it like that, because I always line them 2 cutouts with the logo. That's just my OCD.
Yeah.
But there, and
Yeah,
then there.
sweet.
Pretty happy there.
Yeah, I reckon. These hinges are already pissing me off.
Yeah, they'll be alright when they're gone.
Yeah. Alright.
So we'll just, hold that for a tick. I'll loosen this off. I'll literally pull it off. It's going to drop, but I'm going to pull it in half.
Who's getting pulled off?
Yeah, you got it. Then drop it and
Well,
scratch it. All right, get rid of that, and now we can mark our base plate where it's sitting. Now we'll mark it, but then we'll get a hand underneath and make sure there's no bracing there.
Oh, yeah.
Because then we're going to be like,
That'd be approved.
yeah. But same deal, we can just panel washers, or if you like, panel washers is heaps, or we can put another base plate underneath, but
I don't think that's necessary.
you tear that through aluminium, you've hit a houseboat at 80 k's.
So done all the screws, all 8 screws, bolted through the floor, through the alley, through the back, washer and nut. Get this bad boy. Look at that, polished. Part 100.
Yeah, that's number 100.
I don't know. Solid, so you back that off and then adjust heights.
Yeah, screen angle. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so you pick your angle and then lock it down harder.
Yeah. You go here, but you can nip it, still move it, and then lock it up, and it's still sturdy. So
Beautiful.
yeah,
That's not going anywhere.
no. But you'll get used to comfortable where you want everything. But
I was gonna say hand tightens.
yeah, hand tightens heaps. But if I'm fishing all weekend, I'll just like that. Then I'll just go bang. That's it. It's going nowhere, man.
Yeah, it's moving on the trailer. Yeah.
That's plenty good.
Easy.
Yep.
Maresi.
Yep. Sit the screen on it, and then we'll work out where we want this pole.
Alright, sweet. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay?
Yep.
And then once that's mounted, then we can start running cables.
Yeah, of course.
Alrighty.
There's a big dog for the front.
Big boy.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Pretty big. Yeah, sick. He's got all these other holes, no matter what size or what brand or whatever you run, they all piloted. Easily just fit through there. There you go, you see through those holes. Beautiful. It's pretty mint. It's gonna be sturdy as.
Alright,
So, hole now. What size was this? D.
D size.
Yeah, big D.
C size to D size adaptables, and then a medium size D size arm.
Yep. That's the bracket there. That's going to be the bolt down. Sorry, I'll put this down there for a sec. What I'll do is unback this off, and then it's going to fold down. Just like that. Should show you that. It's gonna look pretty fucking sexy. Got this bit here. I don't know yet, I want to have that probably screwed down there. It's out of the way and everything as well. They could probably hold me net or something as well, fucking, I don't know. That doesn't pivot, does it? At all?
Yeah, if you want it. It's only bolted
No,
from
but
the
like,
centre. So
yeah.
if nothing's in it, you could just spin it if you wanted to.
Oh, also there you go. So people that have got these down, if you've got a fish in a net as well, pivot that around. You can run the shaft of the net through there while the fish is in the water.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then you can buckle it down and the fish can sit in the net while you get maybe your camera ready or whatever. So yeah, pretty decent spot actually. Deck's pretty decent size. Like that 16 is like literally in your face. It's big enough as it is, let alone.
If you don't catch now.
Well, now with the HDMI cable, you can watch the footy, the cricket, watch other things. We're just running the cable. Running the tranny.
Yeah.
Feeding it up. At the top.
Yep. Do ya? Alright. 0 degree bracket on.
Keep it true.
Keep it nice and square.
Even though you have, you might set it up with the lasers, do it everything perfect. You, over time, pulling it out the water, laying it on the deck, someone might lean on it or whatever. You're probably going to get that little bit of movement. Say even like 2-3 mil, if you think it, or even 4 mil, whatever. When you start pointing it, say like you found what you're looking for, and you go to cast it a bit of structure or even a fish. So 20 meters out, you might be what 2-3 meters off.
At least 4 meters.
Yeah, might be, could be, yeah, even more. You think you're on the mark with every cast you're doing, but really your beam's off to the side. So this will literally eliminate it, and you should be, like, you'd be honestly within half a meter of a fish 20 meters out.
So many times you hit the fish now.
Yeah.
That's how much closer you are.
Yeah, and that'll stay like that. Like that shows how the 0.
I'll grab the factory one,
Yeah.
and you'll be able to compare the two.
Yeah, see that, the Allen head screw in there, Allen head screw in there, that sits in a little slot. And I'll get Chris to put it together. Sits in a slot and literally locks. Yeah, that's factory.
So you can see the difference in the two angle. Like one's 90 degrees, and one's around 12 or 8 to 12 degrees.
So really, it's reading on like a cross section angle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big difference.
And you see even like the quality of it like that.
That's in.
I don't know if it's gonna break, but yeah, it's like if you smack something.
That's billet, sealed, solid block. All CNC machined.
It's like a solid bit of kit. It like feels solid, like it's. There's no play, just nothing. It's like a solid one-piece brick. Yeah. So you're just taking some of the screws out?
Yeah.
Oh, you want to take that rubber?
Pinch that rubber out of it to take up any clearance issues, but always just use that. That's it. This little factory piece, the rubber. Slip him into there, just to helps take up any clearance issues. And then obviously you got that one, which goes into the slot on the back.
It's 0 now.
So that drops into the slot there, so you can't go wrong where it's positioned, because we always drill the bolt at the front, so this becomes the center of the handle, so you know that it's on straight every time. Fish. And we got the top cap.
Snug it up and make it tidy.
Yeah, bit of cable management protection there. That guy. That's it. That's it.
And that's done. That runs to the module. And that's it. So you got the collar to adjust the height, the depth that you're sitting at. That the tension, the speed pretty much, or how tight, loose or tighten it. You can make it really hard to turn, back or off. Solid bits of gear you like to turn, and you've got that brushless bit in there, brushless bearing in there. Make it swing so effortless, and smooth too. Alright, so just a bit of an update. We've drilled a hole there to feed all our sounder Ethernet, which runs a live. All I have is just a power cable and the Ethernet, which runs underneath this floor here, which is about to hook that up. And then heading sensor, I'm actually just going to run it center and at the front, because having it at the back is where it normally gets mounted is pointless pretty much, because just the electric and everything's going to be worrying about what the arse of the boat's doing, not where you're standing. So just going to keep it nice and center, just get a center foot pedal in this nice little flat spot up here. Have that there, and yeah, drill the hole and then feed that through, and that'll be about there. That bad boy cleaned up so there's no burrs on it. It's my favourite clip. Good, isn't it? Bad boy should just fit straight in. Bit of a spit on it. So that bad boy is going to go there. Feed that in there.
Go forward, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sweet.
Might have to give it a shove.
Yep. Heading sensor.
It's got to be 180 to the roller.
Gain 180 forward.
Good.
Get closer.
Fuck yeah. I'll fix that off later.
You want to pull it forward now? Fuck you, bitch.
Another mad upgrade is definitely having these boat buckles.
Rod buckle.
Yeah, rod buckle. What do I call it? Oh, boat buckle, that's a brand.
To the rear. Yeah. Sweet.
We just marked that out, done one on the other side. Show me how it works. Right? So it mounts in there. Yep. Imagine that's flush, and then go. And then you pretty much grab that, buckle it down.
Into that. Bang.
Into the
rod's locked in.
That's it. And then when you let go, it sucks straight back in. So hang on, I'll show you on the side. We've got one already installed. So it sits nice and out the way.
Bang. Rod's
underneath. And then you out. Bang.
Perfect.
Put your net, your rods, tie down your misses. There's a concentration.
Fat dough. What are you doing here, mate?
Put the stainless hinges in. So ripped out the original hinges, and it was on that side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the door open, because I had to open it up originally from this side and open that way, and it was a little bit unconventional with just working with your tackle and stuff. So I'll flip the door around, so I'm going to open from here, and then it can open up, and then that way I can just be sitting here open it up and do what I need to do instead of opening there and then, I don't know, maybe even sitting here and being a bit uncoordinated. But I think it's a lot better. And also the stainless, these hinges, you're not going to be kicking them or sitting underneath the ball of your feet.
Nice and flush.
Like that, or even something like this.
Yeah.
It's not going to get boiling hot and brand the bottom of your feet.
Beautiful.
So much cleaner, neater, and yeah, less obvious, so to speak. So just measure that one up, cut it, and we'll get it fitted.
Beautiful.
What we've done. Alright, so we've got the electric installed, run the cables for that. We've got the direct shorty on there. Power cables run out through there. We put the heading sensor in, which runs underneath. Cable tray that it comes with, it's actually a little bit too wide than what I'd like because it collides with the way the rest of the layout is, but that's a future going thing that we've just discussed. But cables running straight through underneath, hooked up to the transducer on the Ghost, the NEMA, and also the heading sensor is all running to the foot pedal. Run the RAM with the D-mount,
D-size medium arm.
yeah, D-side medium arm. How big was the shaft on the pole?
40 mil.
Hey?
40 mil tube. Or the
No,
length of the
length,
pole.
1600.
1600. Yeah.
1600 long pole. Got the bracket.
We've got to fix that down and that
Yeah.
will travel mount secure it.
Yeah, that's it. Zero mount, 0 degree mount on the bottom there, as we've seen before. Rod buckles, and great big kit, these things. Just sits in there, and then
Kitted out.
well, got a fair bit done. I started putting piano hinges in, but got a couple more there, but I'll do that at home. I flip this lid around so open the other way. Something I will do is we'll just discuss, you know, there's tools and shit everywhere, but the lid goes from there to here, so she's only like a metre wide, metre long. We're gonna bring it all the way to this point here. The rod locker obviously keeps going, but the lid just stops here. Rods can fit all the way out there. You can probably fit your 8-foot rod, but I'm going to bring it all the way to this point here. So from that line there, just past that hinge, I want to bring it all the way to here. So I can just more or less lay rods in there instead of bending and trying to get it up in there. Because it's actually a little bit of a shallower deck. It's a rod locker. So yeah, we've done it. Oh, and also with the screws, a lot of the screws have these washers in them. Washers on them. We've been taking them out just to make it a lot less obvious. You can see it looks a little bit more subtle. Yeah, but man, fucking, we've killed it. Done really well. And shifted the placement of the boat on the trailer. So
Probably get 180.
Yeah, 180 mil foil we bought it. I reckon we knocked off like at least 80%.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just fine tuning little bits now and should be ready for water testing.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's hooked up to power, isn't it? The sound is power, electric.
Everything's, we just got to power that up.
Power that up.
But everything else is sorted.
Yeah, I reckon. Oh, here. Why didn't it fly off while I was driving? You know?
It's at the cover.
Yeah. No, I should be right. No wind on the camp. Alright. Look at that. G-Fab custom spec. Lekker.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. Alright, let me try to do this one again for a sec. This is what we got going on.
Where's the thumb screws out of it? Let it rest, I'll get the weight of it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I got the weight of it, you just got to hold the screen. Yeah.
Alright, so about there.
Yeah.
How's that?
That's alright. Get down behind it.
Huh?
Get down behind it. It looks alright now.
What do you reckon, drop it lower?
You go low if you want.
But then it starts cutting the screen on the wheel, on it.
Yeah, you want to be roughly there.
You're about 15 mil
Off the top.
yeah, off the top of the console underneath the windscreen visor.
Yeah. And then you can still get access to your steering, the fluid
Yeah.
as well.
Can I hold it there for 2 seconds?
Yeah, got it.
Let me just take the peak like that.
Full custom.
Full custom spec. Alright. What do you want to do? You reckon? Yeah?
Pull that off. Yeah.
Corey from CPV Graphics is come past in his own time, and we're getting the wrap done. So far we've got the Rego sticker done, gone on the matte black, like almost like a car primer colour, like that, like grey, but it's like a matte, like a pastel sort of colour. There's no shine or anything to it. It's nice and simple. Just leveling it out. Put the rear decal on, and now we're just doing the gone with the old school racing stripe. And in that stripe we're gonna have the guys that support me gonna be right there. Yeah, it's coming up pretty tight actually. Get this side done and then we'll jump on the other side. But yeah, again, and that's gonna be black, yeah? That,
yeah.
Right, yeah. So that white is actually gonna peel off, and the black in behind is gonna shine through. Wherever there's white, it's actually gonna be black. So it's gonna be that primer, that grey colour again. It's gonna pop through, very similar to what that is. And yeah, looks pretty tidy. Without covering the whole side of the boat and just keeping it simple but still noticeable. G'day legends. Here we are. We're at the stage now. I've just put the boat in the water and going for a bit of a run now. When this video gets posted, I've actually had the boat up and running for probably 2 months. So I just wanted to get a proper nice feel for it before I dove into actually showing you probably a bit of pros and cons as well. Do a bit of that sort of stuff as well. And yeah, what I'm going to do through this video, or this section of the video, I'm going to go through, excuse the hair, I was hooking along the lake and yeah, she goes pretty fast, so it makes my hair look pretty ordinary, but just popped in the shade so you can see me a little bit better. Take the sunnies off. So we can go through the what you guys seen with the build, the custom modifications and the bits and pieces that those guys that helped me do what they did, and how it plays a big part in what I do, and put it to use. Hopefully, there's actually, I don't know if you can see that bit of cloud behind me, but I've got a really big cloud coming that way, and it's actually coming up towards sunset, so there actually might be probably a nice little bite window happening. Want to belt this out, and I plan to take you along for a bit of a flick too. May catch, may not, but it's definitely got the catch fishing mojo, so to speak. But anyway guys, I'm just going to go for a quick run upriver, tuck away in a nice little section of quiet water, and we'll go through everything. So Anyway, let's go. Comparing it to my previous boat, the 420, you guys may have seen in my previous videos, it's got probably, I reckon I've got like an extra half a meter towards me, but I've gained probably half a foot to the right, half a foot to the left, so probably a foot overall. So it's definitely longer and wider. So start at the front and work our way back. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the electric in, the electric motor in, just to hold us on a bit of a spot lock. I'm running the Lowrance Ghost, connected that up to a 24 volt system, running it via lithium batteries, which I'll show you in a minute. Okay, like I was saying, running the Lowrance Ghost via a 24 volt system, run it to the foot pedal. I've got that nicely covered in a nice little bit of C-deck from Sakana with a nice little G-Fab logo in there. The front foot pedal tray actually came as standard to this boat, and yeah, I've got the steady light bar. I've got a 8.5 inch, I believe it's the 4K model, the twin row. I'll just spin that around for you quickly so you can have a bit of a gaze, but it's an absolute weapon. I've just got this mounted on a little ram mount, and also Chris from G-Fab, when we're in the workshop, whipped that up, the little base plate, and yeah, it's rock solid. Could get that powder coated too, for a long-term, nice tidy up finish, but I think she's actually pretty sexy the way it is. No real massive need for it, but I've also got the G-Rex Shorty. Now I'm running the G-Fab G-Rex Shorty, got the G-Fab grommet, feeding the cables up through the floor that you would have seen in the boat build process, mounted it up to the top there. I've got the Lowrance HGS Live Pro 16. Awesome units. They're very similar to the Pros, Gen 1 Pros, but with this much faster processor. The side scanning capabilities on this thing are so much better, like chalk and cheese difference from the last batch, previous model from the standard 3-in-1 transducer. I'm running my Active Target 2 off that as well. Speaking of which, just in here behind me, I'm running the what you would have seen also in the boat build, the 1600 long G-Fab pole. Now I've got the Active Target 2 run on that with the ram mount with the D-size ball, and yeah, it's been amazing, especially with the 0 degree mount. You know you're 100% straight every time. If you're not seeing your lure and the fish at the same part, well, you definitely know you're not in the zone. And yeah, like so, moving through with the front of the boat, got 2 hatches here, left and right of me. Now with that, I just have my Active Target hub sitting underneath here. I've got my safety gear under here. And on this side, I've got like life jackets, Actually, I've got some other safety gear in here as well, so like a collapsible bucket, torch, there's flares, EPIRB, all that sort of stuff. That's in there. Now also you may see I've got piano hinges like I did in my other boat. Well, they came standard with surface top mounted hinges, but I really like the idea of a piano hinge. Not just is it cleaner, more subtle and just tidier, but also when those other hinges get hot, it's like a branding iron on the bottom of your foot. But also the big hinge pivot joint itself, when you kick that with the ball of your foot, it's not nice, it's not pretty. And this is my office, this is the dance floor. I want everything to be working together in unison. I want everything sort of even with the rod buckles. So me standing here, I don't have these rod straps in my way, which I'll go through in a second. The pole on the G-Fab pole is just perfect at arm's reach. Sounder, I've put it off center just so it's easier to see because I control the foot pedal with my left foot. Pole with the right and cast with my left. Now I know it sounds a little bit weird, but I've got a nice little system going, and it's something that can't be taught. It's just something that feels natural for you. So yeah, that's the front and the bow section of the Bluefin Bass Pro 463. Alright, so I'm just going to go through showing you these rod buckles. Now these rod buckles, I thought it was a necessity. Like I had rod straps in my previous boat, but these are the duck's nuts. Alright, so it's just pretty much simple, a pull and retractable system. So as you can see, on that side I've actually got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rods. I could probably fit a sixth one in there. As you can see on this side, I've got my big landing net, collapsible landing net. Many times I run this sitting here when I'm going to the lake, and it doesn't move at all, nice and steady. Also in behind, you might be able to see, I'm actually running some deck lights. Now I've got these deck lights, again I ran these in my previous boat. Great little lights, they don't come up and blind you as such, they light the floor up. So you can run them in really low light conditions without having your eyes looking in the dark, but then also having the eye being blinded by the bright light. Yeah, being great for me, so hence why I got them again. And they're just hooked up via a switch back on the console. Now I've got 2 here, 2 in the cockpit, 2 on the back deck, and that provides ample lighting throughout the whole boat. You can tie knots, you can handle a fish on the deck, and you can even setting your boat up at the ramp. It's plenty of light there available, no need for a head torch or anything like that. So no, great little lights. Yeah, LEDs, waterproof. So yeah, no, they've been absolutely crucial. Like lighting was a big deal that I wanted to have done from day dot. So that for me, big deal. Lighting is a big deal, especially if you play overnight, do a lot overnight or low light, or pulling up at the ramp in the dark. It's a great help. So yeah, the rod buckles and lights, must have. So another thing that comes standard in this boat is a nicely big Livewell. Now the Livewell is here up the front, again on a lockable latch. All latches are 316 stainless, again lockable, all lockable, comes standard. Nice big Livewell. It goes pretty much from this line here all the way to here, so you got a solid meter, maybe 1100. Yeah, it's about 300 deep. Not only has it got overflow, but it's also got an aerator system. So for instance, say if you're a yellow belly fisherman, or you're fishing a tree loaded with yellow belly, or you're fishing some water where you don't want to be putting fish back on the same school, you can simply fill up that Livewell when the water was nice and cold that morning, and then just hit the aerator and just circulate that water that's in there without sucking the hot water off the surface there, and then pretty much choking your fish. So you want to keep that oxygen in that water for those fish and keep them as long as you can, especially in a tournament situation where points matter. Alright, so now the fun part. The part that everyone likes to see what everyone else has got. The tackle storage. So in this, in the Bass Pro, the 463, got a nice tackle storage. Again, stainless lock, 316 stainless. Now when it comes to standard, this lock is actually traditionally on that side. What I've done is actually, when I put the hinge on, I flipped it around so it opens this way, and I can sit here, there, or here on the base of the rod locker and work on my tackle instead of opening this way, and then I'm sort of restricted on reaching all my gear. So that way, and also I've got it on a nice little gas strut. I've got on there, all my gear laid out. I've got some jig heads, brag mat, I've got some leader, I've got some swim baits here, some pliers, nice little loose one, some pliers, you know, just stuff that I can easily grab off to the side, and then all my boxes nicely labeled to what I need. So again, trying to be efficient and organized. I love being organized as much as I can, save any bullshit, especially when you're in the dark, or you know, in a tournament situation. You don't want to be dicking around with that sort of stuff. So again, trying to keep it nice and organized, and yeah, so that's my tackle storage. I've got these big Plano boxes, nicely labeled, these big ones here, and then just a case of slipping them back into their spot. Now I've got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big boxes, and I've got 2 of these smaller ones that I use for terminals or small bits and pieces, odds and ends. So that's there as well. So yeah, that's the tackle side of things. Nice big tackle compartment. It's actually pretty decent. I've actually got a lot more stuff in here than what I normally carry. Just been doing a lot of bits of this, bits of that, like fishing for yellows, bit of smaller sided cod things like backwater spinner baits, and then also the big swim baits. So I've got a healthy mix of everything. So this is actually probably realistically as full as I'm going to have it. Traditionally I'd probably only have maybe 3-4 boxes total. Yeah, and then in that case, or sort of case, I can even fit my camera bag, my camera gear in here as well, nice and dry, and everything else as well. So I have had this boat out in a bit of a downpour as well, and it's been pretty dry. I've never had anything wet. So yeah, no, overall very happy. Okay, so now we're starting to move to the business end of the boat. So the workspace, this is what's gonna originally find you the fish. So I'm running here on the Helm, the HGS Live Pro 12 inch. On the front I've got the 16, here I've got 12. Now purely I use this for, I've got it hooked up to NEMA 2000, which is feeding off my outboard, but also, so it's reading my revs, my fuel consumption. I can even pre-enter my fuel level, and then work out how much fuel I have left exactly, but the fuel percentage is actually already calculated on the mercury gauge over here. So I like to run a mixture of chart, tacho, so all that information I just explained, and down scan. So that's going to give me a bit of depth of water. I can see where I am and how I'm traveling. So that also, yeah, along with the time, volt supply, stuff like that. So again, in a nice comfortable position, I can easily sit here. I can see above the sounder. As you can see, my eye line is straight above the top. I can still see the foot pedal, the electric. I'm actually running a GoPro on top here, which I have hooked up usually to the back of the HGS Lives. I actually have a USB port, and then I have it hardwired plugged into the side of the GoPro. So that's running off the power source of the boat itself. And that is all sitting nicely on a GFAB Engineering mounted plate, beautifully done by Chris, fully customized it to fit this console. And unreal finish, got a black powder coated so it fits in nice. Nice logo, laser cut, really does a solid job, and like that's not going anywhere. Like that's solid, so that's not going to get ripped off. You get wakes at speed or whatever and maybe miscalculate something, that sounder is not moving. Again, that's bolted to the console. The console actually has fiberglass in ply in the back, which is the steering is fixed to. So yeah, that's solid. Also what's coming, and I highly recommend, it's been something it was on my list very early on in the build stage, was this sun visor from Burley Pro. Now what that does is I can actually idle, cruise, even just driving around back to the ramp, from the ramp, whatever. Whenever I'm sitting here looking at that screen, I don't have glare punching on the screen, and I'm sort of, sometimes you can have the glare of the sun punching onto the screen or the glass, and you be moving your head to get that right angle. Actually, I can look at it now without a pair of sunnies on, even cruising here to get to where we are. Don't need any sunglasses, because that's casting a nice shadow, very much like you wearing a baseball cap, but also protects it from any spray or any water that you might have, side spray from traveling. You might cop it over the side. It keeps the glass clean, but also just keeps the shade off, and you can see a heap more detail without playing with a heap of stuff. I've actually found myself I had to drop the brightness down a couple of times. So I don't know, if you want to stretch it at a point where it's going to save your battery life, you don't have to suck much juice. I've got the same going on the front. So when you stand looking at sounder, same again, you're not dodging, looking to avoid that sun. So, but great bits of gear. Doesn't weigh much, doesn't interfere with the sounder as much. The installation is minimal, like it's probably a full minute. Yeah, it's spot on. It does a great job. So, but we might actually, you know what? I bought the visor for the 16. I'm going to go through that. I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to install it and show you guys how to mount your very own Burley Pro visor to your units. Now they are covering a heap of units, but I'm going to be fitting it to the HUS Live Pro. I'm going to be doing it to the 16. So, but yeah, take a look at that. Okay, so when you purchase yourself a Burley Pro visor, it's going to come with obviously the visor itself. It's going to come through step-by-step instructions, and also screws and hardware to fit the screen. So fit it to the screen. So what I want to do, I want to show you a step-by-step process on how to fit one yourself. And as you can see, I'm out on the water and I want to go fishing, so it doesn't take long at all. So I'm going to run you through it step by step, and yeah, let's get to it. So first thing we want to do is remove this outer skin. Now you see this little lip here, this there's a couple little holes, little grooves. You want to get your finger or even a flathead screwdriver or something of that nature in there, and you just want to pop it off. You'll find once you start to loosen it up, it will peel off like so. So that's up in there, and if you can see that, now you just got to follow that around. So that's off there. Now it's exposed all these little grooves. Now that I've removed it, you can see the raw edge. See the holes there running through? That's actually originally for flush mounting onto dash. You can see I've pulled that trim off there, which is just here. Now what I'm going to do is line the visor up. Line the visor up on top, set it like so. Make all those holes line up, just in behind, there you go. And now I can sort of see the holes. There's a hole here, just where there's a hole just here where my pinky is, just here. You want to line them up, and you want to put the screws through them. So again, just opening up the screw packet. Now you want to go screw You want to go screw through and then washer and nut on the opposite side. So pop all the screws through to help line it all up. And same on the top here. I'll turn it around so you guys can see. So I've got another hole up here. Put that through there. And another one up here. So now what I want to do, stand the sounder up and hold that nut, that one you can see there, pop the washer on and just fasten it by hand. These are lock nuts as well, so what you can do, grab yourself I've got a multi-grip here on the boat, so I'm just going to hold it like that, and then on the front side go with a screwdriver and just fasten that down. It's nice and tight. I'm going to repeat the process for all of them. Okay, now that I've done that, the visor's nice and fixed off. Just going to grab the outer skin, lay it back on there. It's just a matter of peeling it around, running your hands down the sides, popping all those little tongues back in their grooves. And that's it. So there we go, there we have it. The Burley Pro visor installed on a Lowrance HS Live Pro 16. Works the same on all the units as well, on the Lowrance units. Matter of just peeling off that front skin, exposing those holes and getting it done. And as you can see, that's the backs of the screws just there. You got one on each of the corners. So now it's all done, all ready to roll, nice and sexy. Keeping the glare off the screen and keeping your eyes keen. Okay, so this is my office. This is the workspace. Now, as you can see, the sounder, I'm just, very easy to use. Units, NEMA connected and Ethernet connected. So what that means is I've got the electric motor connected to this unit, got that front unit connected to this one as well, got the motor and the sound system, which is a nice little JL audio sound system. I'm running two 8.5-inch subs as well, but everything is within vision. Like nothing is hidden behind something. I can see everything on the run, on the plane. Everything is right here in front of me. So from all the bilge pumps, Livewell aerator, nav lights, even cockpit lighting. Cockpit lighting is all there. As you can see, what I was talking about before, those lights at the front that you can see there, just here, touch of a button. Even transom lighting. I've got the big LED bar underneath through hull below the motor, below the jack plate there, and that lights up the water. So not only do I have nav lights at the front running, but when I'm running across the lake and it's dark, I can have those on there, and they're going to light up the water behind me very much, like pretty much lights up the boat about 10-15 meters behind me, so it's very easy to see a boat underway. But again, just here on my side here, I'm actually running a quad lock phone mount. Actually, I'll pull the phone out and I'll show you right now. Just on the quad lock case here. That way I can simply just hook it up, have it on charge just while I'm running along, and it's in plain view I can see everything there. It's a waterproof charger as well. Obviously I've got the head unit for the sound system. I've got my revs here, which also I can see my trim level and my fuel percentage, everything sitting there. And then also I've got the steering wheel nicely placed on a V-Star hydraulic steering. So that's silky smooth. I can turn it with one finger. You know, it's not going to do much at all, like as in minimal effort. But at the same time, when you're hooking along and it gets choppy, I don't encourage it, but hands can be pulled off the wheel and you can be doing 60k, 70k an hour and you can take the hands off the wheel and she'll run true until you tell her to. So, but also along with that, I've got the hydraulic jack plate. You can see this little toggle here. So it's lifting up the jack plate, dropping it down, and then trim on this side. Very much the same like an indicator on your car. So I can be hooking along doing some serious speed and I don't have to take my hands off the wheel, even though traditionally you see this gear shifter here. Just move out the way. You see the gear shifter there. That is very much what your normal throttle would be in your standard boat. So, but this is actually my gear stick, so to speak. So I can put it in gear, forwards, neutral, reverse, and I'm actually running a hot foot. So it's a foot throttle control. There's no throttle control through this whatsoever, apart from being in gear or out of gear. Also, yeah, the key ignition switch, kill switch down there, my switch for my spotlights down here, even little fancy things like speakers light up and do all that sort of fancy stuff. But no, overall a great spot to sit in and very comfortable seats. Look, to be honest, I thought I was going to be changing these seats out. Very comfortable, nothing bad to say really. Nice and comfortable bucket seats, strong sturdy backrest, so when you're punching along, maybe going through a bit of chop, you don't feel like you're sitting upright, you're actually leaning back into the seat and it absorbs every bit that you're putting into it. So, but nonetheless, that's the cockpit space. The speaker down there at the front, and one just underneath on the footwell, and I purposely put that one on the footwell because it adds that little bit more bass, being that little hollow space back there. Makes that a little bit louder too without having to add another speaker, because I'm a little bit restricted with speaker space. I didn't want to put in the rod locker side or start eating into my tackle storage. So, or here on the side, if I put it down here, I'll be eating into a lot of the wiring work and stuff like that. So, but nonetheless, that's the office space. Gone from the front, I'll show the rod locker and then show the arse end of this beast. So now the rod locker. I've got the rod locker sitting here. That's the opening of the rod locker here. Now, to be honest, she's only about 1200 wide, but personally, there's going to be a future modification on this to extend it further. I can fit 7.5 foot rods in here, but realistically, I don't even be able to fit 3 or 4. But personally, I'd like to see probably 8 or more, or even 8 foot rods. So what I've got here is, at the moment, I'm just keeping some spin gear, some wet weather clothes, spare towel, stuff like that, some extra lures, maybe still in packaging, stuff like that. But yeah, it's a future modification. This comes standard, but yeah, again, looking forward to modifying this to make it bigger, to house all my precious toys. Okay, so now that we move from the front, getting towards the back of the transom, pull that down for you. I've running the Mercury command thrust. It's a 90 horsepower. Now this hull recommends 60, but it's maxed out at 90, and I went 90, and I was actually thinking I'm going to need a bigger motor. No. I think that jack plate has literally increased the boat between 10 and 15k top end now, and the ride is like a hot knife through butter. Here's the cockatoos. Hard to find a bit of quiet water around here, but anyway. Now what that does, you have your trim on the boat, your standard trim, like so. You can lift the motor up and drop the motor down. Now what that's going to do, is going to lift the nose up, so you can get the nose up. and then you can gain a couple of K at top end there. Now you also get that bit of softer ride, but with the jack plate, you're starting to lift the arse end of the boat. The back of the boat starts to lift up. So you start working the nose up, and then you start lifting the back up. You start getting the boat up out the water. Now also you can hold shot and run through 2 foot of water, 3 foot of water with full noise. Shooting across flats, through mud flats, through gaps in weeds or little backwaters and stuff like that. You can get up on plane in minimal water. Now that aside, it actually handles a lot better getting that back half of the boat up and out. You can maintain speed on corners without having to slow down, or when you're turning corners, it allows the boat to slide a little bit, slide around corners, and you can keep your top end speed. So I've got the Mercury sitting on that. That's a CMC 6-inch jack plate. Again, Australian made. This one's actually rated to 150 horsepower. Sorry, 300 horsepower, this jack plate. This jack plate's rated to 300. There's one from 40, I believe, to 150, but I just want to be on the safe side. I went up to the 300. Doesn't really add much weight or anything like that. There's not much difference between the smaller one to the bigger one, but I just wanted that. It's much faster because there's a lot less weight. A lot less weight for the motor, for the motor of the hydraulic pump to work. It just gets it up and down that much easier. Smooth and simple. You can do it on the fly, you can do it before you take off, you can idle at boat ramps even where it's a lot shallower, and you get your boat up a lot higher. And you don't have to trim up. But when you start trimming up as well, yeah, you'll be drawing minimal water. Yeah, it's just an absolute great thing to have. But all this is impossible without powering it with a great power system, great battery system. Now, I'm running an FPV system. I've just got them sitting in the back 2 corners here. But I'll open up and I'll give you guys a look. Okay, so I'm going to open up this hatch here and show you the batteries that we're working with. Okay, in here I've got a pair of 24 volt 75 amp batteries. Now they are linked together, so 75 and 75 making a 150 amp system. That's feeding my electric motor and my live. So the active target is running off a 24 volt system. Again, lithium, higher amperage, so you want to check your manufacturer, whatever brand you decide to go. But I know active target can run off a 24 volt system, gives it that cleaner power, giving a cleaner image. Now the Lowrance Ghost is brushless motor as well, so that's adding to the clarity and less static, getting a cleaner picture. But then so yeah, I've got these 2 running here. Now I've been running it, I actually done some numbering before. I've done 18 hours of fishing time since I've last charged it, and I've only used 31%. I've got the FPV system in the back here, a little digital gauge. I'll just pull it out. Oop. Just a little digital gauge here. Little digital gauge here that I've got sitting here that I can check how much I'm drawing, how much I have left to the percentage. So I can easily work out calculations and see. I could do days out here, days fishing, days on end, and you know, at the moment the rate I'm going, I wouldn't have to charge it for a week, and that's pushing, you know, at least 8 hours a day. So, but also back here, just for a bit of just to show you the boat, I've got a toolbox here, just some minor things, a couple of screwdrivers, shifters, screws, shit tickets, got some toilet paper back here, multi grips, Stanley knife. I've even got a filleting knife in here, you never know. I like to keep that stuff here at the back, keeping it nice and dry. I've even got some charging cable, phone cables and stuff like that, just in case. You never know when you need that sort of stuff. So that stuff lives at the back here, lives at the back here in the corner. Now here in the middle, I've just got easy access to my pumps, everything back here, my fuel filter, bilge, Livewell pump, everything. If it needs to get interchanged, I've got an isolator switch back here. fire extinguisher, everything is there. Like, I don't have to rip up any flooring or anything like that. That's all there as well. Even the jack plate wiring, everything can be reached through here. No need to rip up flooring. Everything's here. So moving on to the last hatch of the boat, just opening that up. Now I've got a single 12 volt 100 amp hour. Now this is the lithium hybrid cranking battery. Now again, from FPV, it runs power to my sounders, my lights, obviously powers the jack plate, the sound system, and it's my cranking battery. Now also I do have that hooked up to a voltmeter as well. Again, I can assess things if for whatever reason I'm drawing a little bit too much power than I anticipated. I can hook up back at home, I can hook it up and give it a bit of a top up if I need be. But as it goes, no need. I have not touched this battery since, and it hovers, but the lowest I've had it is 90%. So combine that with I believe it's 35 or 40 amp alternator in the motor. So doing some big runs, it definitely charges it up. So I have not needed to touch that whatsoever. Now that sits back there, no dramas at all. Again, I put 2 batteries on that side, 1 on this side, just to allow the weight difference when I'm by myself. So I'm obviously sitting on this side of the boat, so I wanted that extra battery on the back there on that side. So yeah, so obviously fuel back there, fuel caps back there. Having a nice solid fuel cap helps too. Not having to lift up floors, to get to the fuel tank, underfloor fuel tank. The fuel tank actually sits right below the seats. Fuel tank literally sits right below me right now. It is sitting horizontal across the boat, and with that, it spreads the weight, keeps it nice and even. Whereas if I run it up straight up the back, all the fuel dumps to the back on takeoff. It can really affect your whole shot, so it's not ideal. Or same verse fire, actually would be a pros if you're only sitting still. The fuel would level out and would keep the boat nice and steady this way. But again, when you go to take off, all the fuel's going to slide back, and then it's going to be super ass heavy. Yeah, trying to get up on plane, which for some people, some boats, can be a big issue. But high speed, I love having it sitting like this, left to right, because it evenly pushes back, spreads the load, and it helps the boat sit. Like you can be at speed going across chop, it sits nice and steady. So, but again, very comfortable, very smooth. You're fishing in a bass boat without the glass, the fiberglass, the heavy towing, the not so fun parts. Like the traveling, it's easy. It feels almost no different than my last boat in relation to the lightweight, the functionality is way more. You're fishing in a bass boat without the bass boat price tag. Like pretty much, you're literally in a compact little battleship that'll do the same thing as a 18-foot glass boat. It still hauls top speed as well. Like it moves. But yeah, all in all, I thought it was going to be a bit of a scary jump from my last boat. This fit the bill exactly the way I planned it. So it's got the attitude of a big bass boat, but it's got the stealth and fishability of a much smaller boat, or the boat you probably would have seen in my channel, my previous build. So it's literally a hybrid of the two. Couldn't change a thing about it. Finished it off nicely with an all black sexy wrap, kept it nice and clean and tidy. So I'm a big fan of minimal is more, so keeping it nice, clean, not too much loud colours and stuff going on. Again, it's still fresh, still playing with it, and also I have it on the dual axle trailer as well, towing. You can have it on a single, but dual axle, so much better. Sits nice and straight behind the car. It's solid. Like it just follows the car, doesn't sway, none of that business going on. So yeah, just overall just positive. Super happy that not only has got the speed, the fishability, comfort aspect as well. You know, getting thrashed around and you're not freezing or trying to hold a tiller handle, which I've done plenty of times in single, you know, racing across Lake Eildon and it's 5-6 degrees or frost and you've got icicles of snot coming out your face, and yet you still hold on to the tiller handle back here. and it's not comfortable. And you curl it into a ball and you can barely see where you're going, whereas over here I can sit comfortable. Literally I can sit in my coffee, have my coffee, play with the steering wheel, I can see where I'm going, I've got the spotlight, lights up everything, and it's a machine. It's a fishing machine. But yeah, still breaking it in myself. I'm still learning more and more each time and again, but it also makes me fall in love with it time and time again. So, but anyway guys, thank you for watching. This is a wrap up on the build of the Bluefin Bass Pro 463. I've enjoyed the whole build process. I'm also really looking forward to what's coming up in the future. So guys, please stick there. If you like more, please subscribe, hit the like button if you like the video, and stay tuned for more, because I'm actually spending a lot more time on the water now, and I'm making it my mission and pushing to get that content out there as well. Always got the camera gear with me, always filming, so stay tuned for what's up and coming. So thank you guys, thanks again for another episode. You're Fishing with the Captain. Okay, now we got that done. We're going fishing. Alright, so rod buckle off. I'm just going to be throwing surface to start. Surface. Little slizzard lizard. Now the water temp is super warm, so not ideal, but we're going to be running it anyway. I don't know if they're going to come up to the top because it's super warm, but we'll give it a throw anyway. Ideally I'd probably be fishing that little bit deeper, get below that little bit of a thermocline to get those fish that are a little bit more active, that cooler water, more oxygen in the water. Nonetheless, I'm still going to give it a shot anyway. Nice balmy afternoon. Those clouds are literally moments away from being over my head, so it might be a temp drop, and oops, nearly got snagged. A bit of a temp drop, and could spark something to trigger them to feed. So check that drag. Oh, just got ball by a fish. Oh, there we go. That's a nice fish. Bet you if I threw a spinnerbait in there, I'll probably get a nib straight away. So I was just filming an intro and third cast. Wait any second to just get. Oh, there he is! Holy! Are you kidding me? That is fuck. That's so hilarious. That is. Sorry, I had to laugh, man. I had to laugh. That's so funny. That is so damn funny. I've got the camera running for 3 minutes. He's a nice little fish, eh? I'll just cut this net. I'll just cradle him in. I'm not going to actually full net job this one, but yeah, he had to come back. Just the way you boiled it, it was a lot more subtle. So I knew he wasn't spooked. Yeah. He might come off, I don't know. Don't really care, but all right, here we go. In there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice one. Nice fish, all right. Not gonna lie, that's pretty damn funny. Just, oh. Trying to hurry up. Get a good look at this fish. Yeah. Oh. Just trying to show you how putting the bait to use and explaining, as I did earlier, the fish mojo. She's definitely got it. It's some people have boats for ages before they actually connect to a decent fish. She'd be maybe giving 70 a nudge, but it's getting back. Beautiful fish. Very nice. Anyway, let's keep going because, like I said, it could be special. There's a bit of that cloud cover coming over, and yeah, she's matching up with them. There's actually a moon phase front coming through and sunset, so there's a lot of factors going on. That could be the reason why I'm at both this speed. So off the top too. Didn't even need to show you how the live works because it just works. The boat just works. Keep going. Get that little slizzard lizard back out there.